In this video, we're going to be talking about our fixed track hurricane product. This is used for window and door applications as well as some patio spaces. The maximum size that we can do this is either 10 foot tall, 20 foot wide, or 10 foot wide, 20 foot tall. So a 10 foot by 20 foot is our maximum width. We can go down to as small as 10 inches wide or up to 20 feet wide. Those are your limitations for the system. The uniqueness about this track is that the track is slim in profile. It can be used for an inside mount or face mount applications. As you'll see, it has two different slots within the track. For an inside mount, or actually for a face mount application, the screen will slide into the slot which it's currently installed in. If it was going into an inside mount application, the keter will slide into the middle slot and the position of your track will change. You can also use a combination of a face mount and inside mount, which we'll talk about here in this video. We're going to start out with what we call our face mount application. Now, by FBC, Florida Building Code, there is no glass separation on this product. This is not a Miami-Dade tested product, otherwise you would have to have glass separation according to the specs and the testing specifications, which will be included in this video. On this application, there are some limitations as far as edge distance, meaning where your fasteners are mounted. There's an ID line designed in the extrusion, which is where your fasteners are going to go for center line, and then there's also a nice snap cap which covers your fasteners so that they're fully concealed after install. The fabric that we're using is a Kevlar polyester mesh, and it's an aramid fabric. So this is made to be used or left installed 365 days a year, 24/7, and it still has a 15-year warranty on the fabric. So if you want, you could install this in early hurricane season, leave it up all season, have shade on your home, and reduce your energy costs. So for this application, what I would suggest is whichever side has the longest width is where your tracks are going to be mounted. Now, for the specific specifications as far as edge distance, where your fasteners need to be from the inside edge to where they're secured to your substrate, refer to the sheets included in this video. For wood on a face mount application, 1.5 inches is going to be our edge distance for our fasteners. We're going to add from our daylight 2 inches total to the width per side, or 4 inches overall. So if we have a 24-inch wide opening, what we're going to order is 28 inches. 24 plus 2 plus 2 gives us 28 inches outside of track to outside of track. If we were going on to a concrete wall, it's going to be 4 3/8 additional. If you're going on to grout-filled block, it's going to be 9 inches total, 4.5 inches per side that you would add going on to grout-filled block. And then we'll talk about another application, which is going to be an inside mount application. Now, this particular opening, because we're trapped with the window, we still need the same edge distance to where our fastener is. On our track, it's 1.5 inches back from the inside edge to where your fastener is going to be, 2-inch overall profile. So when we go inside, we need the fasteners on the outside, so there's no way to get edge distance for our fasteners. The inside mount application is mostly for patio spaces where you have an 8-inch block column that you can mount this track inside the trapped opening for openings that are narrower than what we can accommodate with our motorized system. For the inside mount though, as far as your measurements would be, let's assume this glass is not here. And what we would do is we would take our inside dimension, our daylight opening, whatever your narrowest dimension, as long as there is no deviation more than 1/2 inch, plus or minus, you will order it to your true daylight opening. So if we were going inside this opening, which was 24 inches wide, 60 inches tall, we would order that screen true to size 24 by 60. If we were going on an outside mount, again with wood framed opening, it would be 24 plus 2 plus 2, it would be 28 inches. If our height was 60, I do recommend coming over at least 2 inches on your daylight per top and bottom. So it would be 28 by 64 would be your true dimensions of your total system that you would order for a face mount. So again, refer to the chart for all of your edge distance and your substrate that you're mounting to. Outside, add to your daylight. Inside, true daylight measurements, both for your height and your width. There's also two other applications for this. One is going to be a combination. As we talked about the two different slots where the screen can slide into the track. If we're doing a patio space, we could do a top mounted track going across the header on a wider span patio space. And this would be, say we have 8-foot tall header, we have a 16-foot wide opening. We would take and we would face mount our track to the top of the opening. We would floor mount or inside mount our base track. So you would have a combination of the screen coming out of the top of the bottom track, out of the bottom of the top track. They would slide the screen, they would mount the top track, slide the screen into the opening, slide the bottom rail onto the bottom of the screen, and screw it to the floor to tension it. This again would be a removable panel. We recommend either using 5/16 Tapcons, which can be used 12 inches on center, or any of your sidewalk bolts and lags that will go into your floor with a 2.5-inch embedment. These are also retrofittable for any of the existing panels that you might have on your home. So usually the panels have a 12-inch on center spacing for your corrugated aluminum, steel, and Lexan panels. These are a retrofit. So if you have the existing lags, sidewalk bolts into the wall, you could literally order our track, fit it right over the same lags, use the lags that are there, and be able to roll the screen up, store it away nice and easy and light into your attic or into your garage, and retrofit those in no time. So again, this system is 12-inch on center for all of your wood, your concrete, and concrete filled block. It is 6-inch on center on your steel and aluminum.